Inside this box is the last Artifact sneaker, and it's their most futuristic shoe ever. So this shoe just showed up at my door yesterday. I had no idea it was coming. I had no idea what it was, and then I opened the box and saw Zellerfelds on top, and I was like, okay, it's probably a 3D printed pair of shoes. Then I read the tag and saw that it's actually a collaboration between Zellerfeld and Artifact. A collaboration that I didn't even know was happening. So in today's video, I'm gonna unbox this pair of sneakers, I'm gonna try it on, I'm gonna wear it around, and give you guys a full review of the last Artifact sneaker ever. So without further ado, let's pop the box top. Looks like inside the box top we've got a note. It says, "The ultimate artifact from Artifact with love from the future." These are different. Oh my goodness. These are wild. So this is the Artifact Winged Dragon. I can definitely see the dragon in there for sure. So knowing Zellerfeld, I'm sure that this shoe comes in other colorways, and I do want to check out what other shoes are dropping in this Artifact Zellerfeld collection because there are, I believe, 6 silhouettes. Like I said, I didn't even know the sneaker was coming or that there was even a collaboration, but after finding out that I got this pair, I reached out to Zellerfeld and they gave me some info about the collab, so we'll go through that a little bit later on in the video. But with that being said, why don't we try these guys on and see how they fit and also see what my wife thinks. Yo, so I got a pretty wild pair of shoes to show you and I want to get your opinion. Oh. So these are Zellerfelds. You're pretty familiar with Zellerfeld because we're doing a shoe with them.
Yeah.
These are 3D printed shoes, but these are a 3D printed pair of shoes that's a collaboration, or I guess a pair from this company called Artifact, which is sort of a Web3 company, but they've done collabs with Nike. They actually got bought by Nike, and this is their latest shoe.
That's cool. I didn't realize they were 3D printed.
Does it make you think of any particular mythic beast?
A minotaur.
All right, okay, well, I'll take it. I haven't actually tried these guys on yet, so I'm interested to see how they feel.
What, wait, what is it supposed to be? Like a phoenix or something?
A dragon.
Yeah, I was pretty close.
A minotaur looks nothing like a dragon.
Well, I also said it with an accent.
Okay, all right. Well, funny story. It's talking about Zellerfeld. I'm actually wearing a pair of Zellerfeld slides as we speak. 3D printed slides too. But again, APTHCRY is dropping our own 3D printed shoe with Zellerfeld very soon. There we go. Also rocking the brand new APTHCRY performance socks for all your basketball needs. Coming in white and black. They actually look dope with these shoes.
Yeah, those are cool.
They're not really tight. They just kind of like the 3D printed material kind of catches on socks, so it's kind of hard to slide in there. Ooh, okay. Do I look like I'm from the future? Hold on.
Good thing you put the hood up.
Right?
No, they're really cool. Definitely
Are they?
Futuristic. Yeah, I like them.
They are pretty sick. Yeah, shout out to Artifact for sending these my way. I appreciate it. These are crazy. They kind of look like bulky on foot, but they don't feel bulky. They're super lightweight because they're 3D printed. Sizing wise, Zellerfeld actually scans your feet before you buy them, so they know exactly what size you are and they model them to fit your feet exactly. So they fit true to size. But this particular pair, because it was like an early pair, they just sent me a size 9, and size 9 fits me fine. Usually the pairs of Zellerfelds that I have are modeled to fit my feet, but in this case, they just sent me a size 9. Feels great. If you're buying them off like a resale site like StockX or something, your true size should be fine. I will say that the ankle opening is a little tight, but it kind of has to be that way because there's no laces. I'm into them, and they're comfy. Pretty soft under feet.
Yeah, I think they're cool.
Squishy.
I like how, because I'm sure not having that tongue area is also helpful to get your foot in, but
Yeah,
I like how that goes with the aesthetic as well.
Yeah, I agree.
Like they really tied it in to make it look very intentional.
Definitely.
And they look good on feet. Like they looked bulky when they were sitting there, like big blocks, but
Right.
but I think they look good on feet, and I think they're really cool.
They're kind of ill. I kind of mess with these, like pretty heavy. I thought I wasn't gonna like them. I pulled them out of the box and I was like, oh, these are cool. But it wasn't something I was thinking I was gonna wear on a regular basis. But now that I'm actually rocking them, I can feel it.
Yeah.
The vibes are high right now.
Yeah, they're cool. When I saw them off to the side, I thought they were cool. And then knowing that they're 3D printed really elevates them.
Right? Okay, so out of 10, what would you give them?
Ooh, I mean, just like rating them alone, trying not to compare to like your typical sneaker.
Right.
I'm intrigued. So I think 8 or so.
8? Wow, okay. Comparing them to a regular pair of sneakers.
It's just hard to really compare. Like I think I had to do that in my mind because there's really no comparison, and in a good way. I mean that they're just so different. They're out of this world.
There you go. Wow, nice. Nice. She's making a face right now because she's proud of herself. Okay, well, that being said, back to the studio. These are wild, and I would expect nothing less from Artifact. So for those of you not familiar with Artifact, Artifact is essentially a company that combines Web3, gaming, art, culture, physical product into one, I guess, group of people who create some really interesting new and futuristic things. Probably not the right way to describe them, but that's sort of what I've gathered over the last couple of years. And even though I don't totally understand how to describe RTFKT, Nike definitely saw some potential there and actually purchased the company a few years back. RTFKT was making so much noise, Nike wanted to get involved, and because of that, we've gotten some really cool digital Nike and RTFKT products, as well as some really cool physical products like this, and also some of the Nike Dunks that released with RTFKT last year. I actually did a full review on this Nike Dunk Genesis 5. If you guys want to check that out, there will be a link at the top of the screen. They released a few different colorways of these Dunks and also some other models over the years. And one of the only ways to grab certain colorways of these shoes was to buy the digital product first, and then you were offered the chance to buy the physical product a couple months later. So it's kind of this intersection of the digital and physical world in this really interesting way. And also, once you actually get your shoes in, you can scan them and you have like a digital version of your shoes forever. So that even if your shoes wear out, fall apart, or whatever the case may be, you always have your digital version that you can, I believe, trade. As someone who never really got into NFTs, it's sort of a hard concept for me to grasp this whole digital physical idea, and I think it can sort of manifest itself in many different ways. This is just one way that Nike and RTFKT have created physical products that also live in the digital world. However, unfortunately, it looks like Nike is closing down RTFKT, and this pair of shoes right here will be the last pair that they ever produce. So in a lot of ways, this Zellerfeld RTFKT collaboration is sort of the swan song to the brand, a swan song to the idea of RTFKT. For everyone involved in RTFKT, I'm sure they'll continue their journeys into this digital physical world, and I think it's really great what they're doing, and it's really exciting what they're doing, and I hope they continue doing it. But I've got to admit, for the last shoe that they released, this is probably the wildest way they could go out. I've been working with Zellerfeld for a long time. They're a really great company that's been 3D printing shoes for years. Probably the best 3D printed shoes I've ever worn. And what's cool is that they've actually also released a pair of shoes with Nike, which you guys might have caught my review on. Link at the top of the screen if you haven't. But they've been working with big time brands, and their brand collaborations continue to grow and grow and grow as Zellerfeld gets bigger. So as wild as 3D printed shoes might sound right now, in a couple years, it might be the standard. A little bit of self-promotion here. APTHCRY, my sock brand, is dropping our own Zellerfeld sneaker in the next couple months, so stay tuned for that. We're dropping a whole video series on the design process so you guys can actually check out how it looks right now. Next video dropping very soon, so stay tuned for that. Hit that subscribe button down below if you haven't yet. But let's jump back into the RTFKT pair and find out what makes the RTFKT Zellerfeld Blade Dragon such a special pair of sneakers. And actually, while we're at it, why don't we take a look at some of the other shoes that RTFKT and Zellerfeld have launched as well. Because it's not just this pair that they launched 5 other pairs as well. You've got the RTFKT Dunk, which comes in at $229, and apparently you can buy this pair right now even if you don't have any RTFKT digital product. This pair is essentially a 3D printed version of the Nike Dunk. Wild looking sneaker, and it comes in 5 different colorways. You've got black, cream, orange, red, and blue. And it looks like if you order right now, they should arrive between February and April. And that's something to keep in mind with 3D printed products, because they actually have to 3D print it for your exact foot. It takes a while to 3D print shoes, so you're not gonna get them right away. But some of the other shoes that they dropped are the Code X Dunk, which is $249. It's a slightly wilder interpretation on the Dunk. It's not something that ever released in Nike form. Comes in the same colorways, and apparently the only way to actually buy this shoe is to have a code that you purchase from RTFKT through one of their NFTs. I hope I'm saying that right, because I'm not great with NFTs. Next is the Cyber Stomper. This shoe looks insane. It's $249, comes in the same colors, and it is absolutely the chunkiest boy on the lot. This shoe looks like a Cybertruck, if I'm honest. It's such a wild looking pair of sneakers. I would love to check this shoe out. Then of course you've got the Bladed Dragon. It comes again in the same 5 colors. I got the black pair, which is honestly my favorite. It's also priced at $249, and you also have to get a code. The only pair that you can purchase without a code, I believe, is the RTFKT Dunk, which is not a bad thing because I think a lot of people really like that shoe. Next up, it gets wilder. We've got the Undead Evo from RTFKT, also for $249, comes in the same colors. This is definitely more of a skeletal looking shoe. It's got bones, it's got teeth, it's very dinosaur-like. Really wild looking pair of sneakers, to be honest. I think that tan color is my favorite on this shoe just because it lines up with that sort of dinosaur theme, but they're all good. And then finally, you've got the Reptile Evo, which comes in at $249. Again, you need a code for this one. This is a pretty wild looking sneaker as well. Comes in those same 5 colors. I don't know which one's my favorite out of these. I think black is probably my favorite across the board, except for maybe that last one. I think it looks better in tan. But honestly, these are all wild looking sneakers, and you can actually grab all of them right now through Zellerfeld, which I'll leave a link in the top of the description below. Again, for 5 out of the 6, you will need a code, so that's something to keep in mind. Actually, what you'll need is a Monolith X token, which unlocks access to purchase up to 6 pairs of sneakers. But if you want the Dunk, you can grab it right now. So all 6 of these shoes launched on Zellerfeld on January 16th, so you can grab all 6 of these shoes. And what's great about this drop is that they should be available forever, at least the Dunks will. Zellerfeld is not like other sneaker companies that only produce a limited amount of products unless it's specified by the brand. In the case of Nike, most of their designs are available forever and they just print them as needed. So when I talked to Zellerfeld, they told me the Dunk design would be available forever. I'll be honest, I'm not totally sure about the other designs. It's very possible that they will be available forever, but I don't know how available the token is, so that's a whole nother world that I don't know anything about, so don't ask me about it. All I know about is 3D printing and shoes. So let's talk about the 3D printed shoes that we've got in front of me. So like I said, this is a $250 pair of shoes. I got the black colorway, and it's actually printed all in one material. That's one thing that's always blown my mind about Zellerfeld. They use the same material on all of their shoes. It's the same FDM printed, I believe, TPU mixture or material. And what really gets me is that they're able to create a midsole that's very stiff, very rigid, and then an upper that feels like it's fabric, all from the same material. Like these overlays right here don't feel super soft. They feel a little squishy, but they don't feel super soft. Whereas this sort of almost mesh looking area feels like a soft padded mesh, and this midsole feels stiff. It's wild. But of course, because it's printed in this very soft material, it does have this really nice bounce and a really nice cushion to it, which I experienced when I was outside earlier. Now, if you're not familiar with 3D printing, to give you guys some idea of how Zellerfeld prints these shoes, essentially they use a method called FDM, where you take a material, like some sort of filament, you put it through this hot end, which melts the material, and then it kind of prints in layers like an inkjet printer, except rather than being on a flat surface, it slowly builds up material until you've got a 3D object. With their proprietary FDM printers, they're able to create a product that has different textures and feels throughout the shoe, even though they're using the same material. That's something that you can't do with the resin-based printer, which essentially gives you a vat of resin and uses light at the bottom to harden the resin. Unfortunately, you can only harden the resin to one kind of hardness, which slowly hardens over time whenever it's out in UV lights. So in some cases, the more that you wear your resin-printed shoes outdoors, the harder that they're going to get. So with FDM printing, you're able to get the different feels throughout the shoe. Also, resin printing in a lot of ways can be toxic. It smells really bad. It uses materials that are not safe to inhale or obviously to ingest. So that's another benefit to FDM printing. And obviously, it depends on the printer, but I think overall FDM is faster than resin printing. The one thing that resin printing might have over FDM printing is that they're able to print in higher resolutions. Because the layers are so much thinner than FDM layers, which you can actually see right here, that's what these ridges are, it allows you to create something that basically looks completely smooth. Now that does of course come with all the downsides that we already talked about, but that is a super high level view down on 3D printing, at least those 2 different techniques. I'm sure there's a lot of nuances that I'm not getting into. I've done a lot of 3D printing myself, but I only have like 13 3D printers, which is a lot, but it's not enough to know all of the little nitty-gritties about each different printing technology. But now that you have some understanding of 3D printing, let's take a closer look at these Artifact Zellerfeld collaboration shoes, the Dragon Blade or the Blade Dragon. I forget which one is it. Winged Dragon. There's no blade in there at all, though it does look like there's blades on the shoe. I think somewhere I saw something about blades. I don't know. So unlike most sneaker reviews, I'm not going to get into the material itself because the material is the same throughout the entire sneaker, but I will talk about the different feels and textures you get on the shoe. On the toe, you've got this mesh-looking 3D printed area that's very soft and very spongy. Feels great. Now, I won't say that it's breathable. 3D printed material, unless it's got like perforated holes throughout the upper, is not the most breathable material in the world because it is essentially sort of a rubbery plastic. It will in no way breathe like a regular mesh, but a lot of meshes don't breathe that well anyway because they're backed with another fabric. So it's not gonna be a breathable shoe. That's all I'm trying to say. As you continue back, you start to notice the shape of this winged dragon. You've got, I guess, the top of the mouth bone. You've got some teeth right there. You've got the eye right there at the front and a horn coming off of the midfoot area, which is pretty cool. Now, one detail that I really like about this shoe is that you've got the Artifact logo right here running across the midfoot of the shoe, usually where the Nike swoosh would be on a Nike sneaker. And that was one thing that I actually really liked about the Artifact Nike Dunks was the Artifact logo. I actually like it better than the Nike logo. And that was actually one thing I said in my original review. It would be cool if they removed the Nike logo and just had Artifact logos on both sides. And it looks like in this shoe, they did that. Now, I'm assuming the reason they did that is because this is not technically a Nike sneaker. I think this is truly an Artifact sneaker, but I guess in a way it is kind of a Nike sneaker because Nike owns Artifact. And I guess Nike has also collaborated with Zellerfeld before, so in a lot of ways it is a Nike collaboration without the Nike logos. The lateral side and the medial side of the shoe, design-wise, at least in terms of actual design elements, seem pretty similar. Obviously, it's not the exact same shape because one side is the outside of your foot, one side is the inside of your foot. But one detail that is very different from a standard pair of shoes is the fact that this area here where the tongue would usually be is completely cut out. Now this is a detail which I think is necessary on a lot of 3D printed and foam sneakers because there's no lacing, there's no way to tighten the shoe, and because of that there's also no way to loosen the shoe. So in order to get your foot into the sneaker, it's almost imperative to have this sort of cutout to give your foot some room to actually slide in there. And one thing I will say about 3D printed shoes in general, especially when they're like an entirely foot encasing shoe, is that it usually catches on your sock and makes it a little bit harder to slide your foot into the shoe, no matter what 3D printed shoe you're wearing, whether it's a Zellerfeld or an Adidas or something like that. So this is one design detail which again, I think was necessary, but I do really like that they added it. Also, it does allow for some airflow on the top of your foot, which is a good thing because like I mentioned before, the mesh is not going to give you much breathability. Moving inside this shoe, the sock liner of the sneaker is very similar to the mesh. It's the same feel and texture. It's very, very soft and very well padded. It also fits your foot perfectly. That's one detail that I really love about Zellerfeld. When you order a pair of Zellerfeld sneakers, you take a picture of your foot, they scan it, and then they create a pair of shoes to exactly match your foot. So in theory, you should be guaranteed to get a pair of sneakers that fits true to size. Now obviously because I got this shoe as sort of a promo sneaker, they didn't scan my foot for this, although they do have scans of my feet. Maybe they did scan my foot for this. I'm actually not totally sure. I have bought pairs of Zellerfeld sneakers off of StockX in my size and it fit fine. This pair fits really great too. I had no issues with it whatsoever. So it could be that they used my foot scan, or it could be that they just gave me a size 9. I don't know which one it is. Actually, the box does have my name on it, so it's very possible that they did print it for me specifically, but I don't know for sure, to be honest with you. Comfort-wise, this shoe is very surprising, especially if you've never tried a pair of Zellerfeld sneakers before. The footbed of the shoe is very, very soft, compresses incredibly well, like a foam midsole. In fact, in some cases, it's even softer than some foams, definitely softer than EVA. That's something that I've experienced with all of the Zellerfeld sneakers that I've worn. They're all made of the same TPU, and because of that, they're all incredibly soft underfoot. Same deal with this. This feels amazing underfoot. The one thing I didn't totally love about it, again, was the lack of breathability, but in the winter, it doesn't matter that much because it's freezing outside, and it's kind of nice to have a pair of shoes that stays warm. Continuing back in the shoe, the dragon details continue. You've got this really cool sort of, I don't know, mane detail? I don't know how to describe that. You've got this ear detail. It almost looks like a metal dragon. It's pretty rad, I'm not gonna lie. It's a pretty cool looking shoe. And like I might have said outside, I don't remember if I said this or not, but I like this shoe way better on feet. It's cool in person, like it's a cool looking pair of 3D printed shoes. And at first glance, I was like, all right, I mean, it's different. But when I threw these on feet, I was like, no, these are it. These are crazy. If you're looking for a pair of shoes to grab people's attention, and also a pair of shoes that maybe at a glance, you might not even realize is kind of wild, this is a good way to go because when you throw it on feet, especially in the black colorway, it's cool. It's different. And hey, if you want to go super crazy and super out there and get everyone's attention, then grab it in orange or red or blue for that matter. Moving around to the heel of the shoe, you've got the, I guess the rest of that mane detail. And of course, because the shoe was sculpted in 3D, it does have some really interesting shapes that you just couldn't have on a regular cloth or fabric sneaker. It's a very, very unique, very interesting pair of shoes, and that's just another reason why I love 3D printed sneakers. You can do things that you literally cannot do in any other material, not even foam. With foam, you're worried about how it fits in the mold and where the parting line is going to be and how things are going to pull out of the mold and all these sort of different issues. You can't have overhangs in certain areas. Like, there's a lot of things you cannot do with other materials, but with 3D printed TPU, you can do a lot. Finally, we get to the bottom of the sneaker. You've got this really cool, actually pretty standard looking traction pattern. It really looks like a regular pair of shoes. If you just saw this actually might be the thumbnail of the video, I'm not totally sure. If you just saw this, you might think it's a regular pair of shoes, but then you turn it and you're like, whoa, that's something else. This outsole is cool. I like it. It looks like it's got some Nike inspiration there with a bit of an air unit. At least that's what it kind of looks like. It's not obviously an air unit, but it kind of has that air unit vibe. You've got that dunk sort of circle in the center, and then of course the RTFKT logo right there. As far as traction goes, I haven't had any issues with Zellerfeld sneakers. They do feel like they grip pretty well. Now with this particular design not having the best traction pattern, at least in terms of stickability, it might not be like a kind of shoe you want to ball in, or maybe wear in, you know, icy conditions, but it should stick to the normal ground just fine. I actually wore my pair of Nike Air Max 1s for a month straight, and I had no durability issues. I had no traction issues. Of course, there are more lugs on the bottom of this shoe, so there's a bit more traction on this sneaker, and nothing really wore down on this shoe, even though I wore it every single day. And I expect that to be the case with the Zellerfeld artifacts. I feel like this is going to be an incredibly durable shoe just because every other pair of Zellerfelds that I've had have been incredibly durable. So if you've been a fan of Artifact and you want to grab their swan song, the last pair of sneakers that they're ever going to release, or the last 6 pairs of sneakers that they're ever going to release, now is the time to do it. You're getting a very comfortable underfoot shoe. You're getting an incredibly unique design. You can pick a lot of different colors too. There's a lot of different options there. And you're getting a pair of sneakers that not a lot of people are going to have. Like, this is a very, very unique pair of shoes. Do keep in mind, though, that if you order these, you are going to have to wait a couple months because they actually have to 3D print them. So I believe you can get them between February and April if you order now. But overall, I'm really excited about the brand new Artifact Zellerfelds. They're a wild looking pair of sneakers from a brand which I'm really sad to see go. Artifact was doing such cool things in the Web3 space and in the physical space. And hopefully Zaptio and the people behind Artifact continue to do crazy and wild things like this. I'm sure they will. They're all incredibly talented and they've all got this insane vision that no one else has. So very sad to see them go, but I'm excited about how they're leaving it. But hey, let me know your thoughts on the Artifact Zellerfeld collaboration in the comment section down below. Which one of the 6 pairs would you grab for yourself? Hit that subscribe button if you haven't yet. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next one.